There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With even more exclusive content, with over 150 channels in your vehicle, including the widest, deepest variety of music, ad-free. Root for your team. Get news. Listen to whatever makes you laugh. And hear all about your favorite stars. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels filled with music and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video. Thousands of hours of shows and performances on demand. What you love is on now.
When it comes to telematics, the folks at Viper have certainly been answering the call with their Smart Start product, which has a ton of different features, both for small fleets as well as for consumers. Now, if you tuned in earlier this week, you might have heard some rumblings of some huge news coming from the Viper camp as far as the Canadian service being offered exclusively through Viper. You're going to want to tune in and find out. We've got product experts Al Fontane and Joe Dentamaro in the studio with us. This is CMA Connected, presented by SiriusXM, all about Viper Smart Start, and it starts now. What's going on, guys? And thanks for tuning in to another CMA Connected presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. On the menu today is telematics. Consumers today want more information. They want it now, and they want it through, well, they want it through this, their smartphone. Well, certainly the folks at Viper have come up with a solution to that, and all they've been doing is trying to improve and consistently evolve that service. And today, there's some pretty big news you're going to want to tune into as a dealer, because you're about to offer your customers something that they might not, I don't think they've ever had before. Anyways, this is certainly a game changer for me. Pretty excited to share this news, but I'm not going to be the one spreading it. We're going to get it from the horse's mouth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and invite our two specialists in. First, Al Fontane, Vice President of Sales for Directed and Vox. What's going on, Al?
Hey, Ben, how are you? Long time no see, right?
Long time no see. It's been a minute. And we also have the Vice President of Vehicle Security, Mr. Joe Dentamaro, joining us as well.
Hey, guys, what's up?
What's going on? Exciting day today. We're talking about, we spent some time talking about Viper starters as well as security options. Joe, with you, we talked about Prestige a little bit earlier on, but now we're getting into a segment which is very modern, and it's the demand is certainly on the take, and we're talking about telematics. The word is a fancy word. I myself wasn't sure what telematics meant. Maybe we can start quickly, Al, by having you explain to us how this segment is becoming increasingly more popular, and what is it exactly that we're talking about?
Well, first off, everybody pretty much carries a phone around with them at all times, right? And it's being used for numerous things now. I mean, you can control your TV with the phone. I use mine to open and close my garage door at times. I mean, there's numerous things that you can do with it. And, all the apps that people have, they're so connected now. Why, if you're going to be connected, why not be connected to the car, right? I mean, you're in your car a lot, and the ability to be able to control your car, lock the doors, unlock the doors, remote start it. Even the OE is offering, remote start through their apps, as well as through the, lock, being able to control the car, meaning lock and unlock it. So it's becoming even more popular. And, we looked at it as something that's very important to us. We already have our digital remote start systems. Let's keep, improving on our connected car capabilities also.
Now, Joe, I think Al nailed it. Some OEs are offering this from the factory. It is a improved, handier version of a remote control, which is two-way, right? You know when to lock, unlock, start, and stop. But it provides even more potential data than that, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure. The telematics category is a all-encompassing category for different products. We have stolen vehicle recovery units and a totally different category of products. But on this side, on the telematics side with Smart Start, for sure for the consumer, vehicle control is still the number one most desired feature in telematics. Lock the door, unlock the door, start the car. Those by far are, the most desired features of a telematics device. So, we just keep trying to improve upon that, adding additional features and benefits to the product, and continuing to grow the telematics offering at Vox with different products.
All right. So I kind of alluded to some announcements that are pretty exciting, particularly for the Canadian side of the business. I don't want to steal your thunder, Al, but why don't you give us an overview of what we'll be covering today?
Okay. So first off, we're going to be covering what I like to call, what's in the box, right? The capability and features of the system that we're discussing, which is a Viper Smart Start. Next is a new trilingual capability. That's something that's very new and very recent for us right now, though, too. There was a lot of demand from our customers so that, we decided, hey, let's go ahead and tackle it and make it happen, right? Next is what you've been talking about, new for Canada only, our Smart Start offering. We're also going to touch on small fleet and family, and we're going to do a quick little update on tech support as we're getting ready to get into the remote start season. And then we're going to bring out Danny Prezo, who is the sales director for Gemsen, our new rep in Canada.
Perfect. It sounds like a fully rounded show. If you guys are interested in telematics and Viper Smart Start in specific, this is the show you want to hang in with us. We're covering all the points. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you guys the stage and let you present Viper Smart Start.
All right. So, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, the new trilingual app. Okay, when we redesigned the Viper Smart Start a couple of years ago, we built it with the plan of having it be our main platform for Smart Start over the next decade. And what we did was made it so it'd be very upgradable, and we had a lot of demand for our customers, our Spanish customers, our Canadian customers that wanted to be able to have the ability to have it in their own language. So we ended up launching this just a couple of weeks ago. It works great. It's very easy to use. What you do is just go into your settings on your phone, go to General, and then from there, go to Language and Region, click the language that you're looking for, and boom, it's on your app. So it works out great.
Yeah, it's really important to note there, none of the changes to get it in to change the language are in the app. It's all from your phone. So, if you change your phone to French, the app will follow. Change your phone to Spanish, the app will follow. So you don't have to do anything within the app. It's super simple to do.
Okay, next, as I said, talking about what's in the box, right? So with our Viper Smart Start product, you can remote start the vehicle as long as it's connected to one of our analog or digital systems. You can lock and unlock the doors virtually from anywhere. You can go ahead and track your vehicle if you opt for the GPS capable service. And most importantly, the consumer first gets their Smart Start. It comes with 30-day free service trial. And in that trial, it actually comes with the GPS capability. And when the customer finally at the end of their 30 days decides to opt in for the service plan that they want, the majority of the customers, well over 80% of them, are opting in for the GPS capable because they see that it's very important. They want to know where their car's at. They want to know if the car's been speeding. They want to know if it goes somewhere where they don't want it to be. But it's very popular, and the majority of the people, like I said, are opting in for the GPS service. Okay, next, the Viper Smart Start Pro. Like I said earlier, this system, when we designed it 2 years ago and launched it, it was built, like I said, to carry us for the next decade. It's a very robust system. It's a very quick system. It runs on the 4G LTE network. And a lot of customers say it's almost as fast as their remote control that comes with our systems. So very fast.
Yeah, just to put some groundwork here going through this. We're talking about two products here today. because we have some U.S. customers that may be viewing. So we don't want to confuse the viewers. It's just we have a couple of different products. So the VSM 550 and what Al just went through, and SmartStart Pro, we have a program for the U.S. and then we have a special program for the competitive landscape for Canada, which Al will get into here in a moment as well.
Okay, also on the VSM 550, some of the features that are included with the system are real-time status now. So if you open the app, you want to know if your car is locked. Let's say you were wondering if by chance you remember to lock it or not. It's going to show you the status there that it is locked. If you have the vehicle remote started, you want to know how much time you have left with the runtime. It will show you. If you want to reset the runtime to go ahead and let it run longer, let's say you're running a little late in the house and not able to get out to your car like you originally planned, you can increase the runtime from within the app also. Ton of new features that are all built in, and you know it works flawlessly and very quickly. All right, Ben, here's your here's the unit that you've been talking about over the last few days, right? So like Ben said, we have launched in Canada. Originally, this system was just in Quebec and Ontario. So, but we had a lot of requests for it. So in discussion with Aaron and Joe, we decided to take this service across all of Canada. So what you get with it, you can lock the doors, unlock the doors, remote start your vehicle, get real-time status updates, like I was saying, you know, if you want to see if the car is locked, unlocked, you know, runtime, etc. on it. All that is included with the DSM 550 FR with no annual service fee. So no annual service fee for all of that. Now, if you want to upgrade to GPS capability, where you want to track the vehicle, see where it's at, we will upgrade you to the full GPS service, and not only the full GPS service, but roadside assistance for a one-time $100 charge. So one-time $100 charge on the upgrade. If you don't want GPS or you're not interested in the roadside assistance, there's no annual service fee.
Yeah, we really think this is a game-changing feature update for the country of Canada, expanding it throughout the entire country and really giving our dealers an opportunity, a great profit opportunity to add telematics, full cellular coverage of telematics, virtually unlimited range with no fees at all for control. So we're really excited about going into remote start season this year in Canada with this product.
So next, we talk about Smart Start and the power in your pocket. So we have different service plans that are available. You know, you have some people that want to pay by the month. So we have a monthly plan that's available. We also have a prepaid 1-year plan that's available, and also a prepaid 3-year plan that is available. We have what we call basic secure service. That 1-year plan there, prepaid, is $69.99. If the customer is interested in what we call our GPS premium plan, prepaid is $119.99. We also have, as you see there, a small fleet and family plan that's available, and we'll get into that here in a few minutes. One thing that's very important to remember is that when we built this the VSM 550 and also the DSM 550 Smart Starts, when we rebuilt these the platform a couple of years ago, we made it work across all North America. So the same VSM and DSM 550 that works in the US also works in Canada. The one that we use for the consumers is also the same device that we use for our small fleet and family too. So one system for our dealers to buy that is very upgradable. So speaking of small fleet and family, we now have small fleet and family available. It's very affordable also. And let me get into it here real quick. So we now have a dashboard. With our standard consumer Smart Start, it's not available on the web. Tracking and all is not available on the web. We do make it available for the small fleet and family because, there's a lot of the HVAC companies out there, small plumbing companies, electrical companies, whatever, that might want this. They can immediately open up the app. They can see open up the web. They can see where every vehicle is. They can see the status of the vehicle, whether it's running or not. They can see how fast the vehicle is going and even what direction it's going, which is pretty useful if by chance, you're running, let's say, an electrical company and you get an emergency call from somebody that they need someone out to repair whatever it may be. You can find the person who's closest to that location and redirect them over. So we have trip history and trip reporting. Also very important. The good thing about it is, like, let's say you want to know how many miles Bob put on the service truck yesterday. You can go ahead and check. You can see exactly where he stopped along the way. You can see if by chance any overspeed was happening, any harsh braking, etc. All that is right there. So, driver characteristics are all available and it's all reported. Also, like I mentioned earlier, how to deter bad driver behavior. Let's say you have a guy that is constantly speeding or harsh braking, real hard turns, etc. You can have that discussion with that gentleman because all the history is right there, and tell him, hey, basically slow down or else, right? Impact detection. It's unfortunate at times, but people do get into accidents. You're immediately notified when impact occurs. You can reach out to the driver to make sure that they're okay, and you can see exactly where it is that the accident took place. Once again, on service plans, we have, again, monthly, prepaid 1 year, prepaid 3 year. The difference between the plans is that we have a standard GPS plan that's available. The difference between the standard GPS plan and the GPS premium plan is the refresh rate and data history storage. So on the standard GPS plan, the device refreshes every 2 minutes and all the history is stored for 90 days. So, but on the GPS premium plan, the actual device refreshes every 30 seconds and the history is retained for 1 year. The good part about it is a lot of these smaller companies, like I mentioned, they want to have the fleet and family ability, but they don't want to be able to, or they don't want to have to pay for breadcrumb tracking. We felt at 30 seconds refresh rate, and even at 2 minutes, that's more than enough for a lot of these smaller companies that just want to know where their vehicles are at, make sure that their folks, are driving, correctly, and things like that. Okay, a quick update on tech support. We're getting ready to get into remote start season, and we will now start opening effective October 8th on Saturdays again. During the non-remote start season, we're only open Monday through Friday, open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And, for remote start season, like I mentioned, starting October 8th, we'll be open on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. We still have our DirectText website. A lot of people use that. Tons of people use it, not just a lot. But one feature that I like to call out in the DirectText website is a chat feature. All of our techs get assigned to what we call chats. So, some of the guys are monitoring up to 4 to 6 chats at a time. And the good part about it is, like, let's say you just have a quick question. You really don't need to speak to one of the techs. You can just opt into chat and ask your question, get your answer, and continue to move on. Another feature that we have is our Snake Pit Facebook forum. We have over 6,500 active users on the Snake Pit Facebook forum. It's virtually open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. There's always somebody in there willing to help. It's a really close-knit group. everybody's very helpful. Nobody's really talking down to anyone or anything like that. There's never a dumb question. Everybody's there to help out, and it's really cool to see the industry at work like that. And now to be able to introduce our new rep firm, it's Jemson. They're a rep throughout all of Canada, and the reps that work for Jemson are actually run by Danny Priezo, who's their business development manager, and a industry vet that many of the folks in Canada know. So if somebody is interested in becoming a dealer, a Viper dealer, they can email sales@jemson.com. Also, here's a quick overview, a map of our distributors in Canada. We have the distributors listed on the left-hand side. We have it broken out into West and East. And we also have the brands that they represent in the market that they are located in. Okay, Ben. So I'd like to thank you and everybody that is watching for the opportunity to share this information with you. We appreciate everybody's support. We appreciate everyone's business. And here's to a great remote start season.
Thank you very much, Al and Joe.
Yep.
I'm going to just jump into it. So this Canadian package that we're talking about, sorry, I apologize to my American friends who are watching this, but this is a little bit of a game changer. I just want to reiterate the importance and the significance of what that means real time, to no joke. So previous to this announcement, only certain people in 2 provinces were privy to such a plan. And what this plan entails was a free all access, 2-way communication via an application with your phone to control your remote start on your vehicle. Correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Now, you sneaky guys at Directed have decided to expand said service to go coast to coast across Canada. What does this mean? So I want to
just before Al jumps into that, I will tell you, even with just Quebec and Toronto, it wasn't even really well publicized there either. It was kind of like hip pocket kind of thing. But we're coming all out with this for the entire country, pushing it, promoting it. It's, again, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, from my perspective, an excellent opportunity for retailers to add additional profit to the remote start sale this year for them. It's a much easier sale without any monthly or annual fees to the product getting cellular coverage. So
the 2 things I wanted to say. Number one, we live in a life where we have so many monthly payments. They're not huge payments, but they're annoying as you know what. Between my Disney Plus and my Netflix and everything else,
it all adds up, right?
Nobody wants to hear about signing up for another monthly payment. Let's just get that out of the way. That's number one. Number 2, just to be clear, this is a hardware item that you add to your Viper starter. Once this is added from a hardware perspective, it's a simple question of activation. The customer then will benefit immediately by downloading the application, connecting it to the system, and it will work, period. Following that unit.
That's correct.
Yep.
And the next level, if you want to up to that next level to have access to that GPS data, as you mentioned, Al, that is a one-time charge of $120 US for that unit.
100.
Sorry,
yes,
I meant 120 Canadian. It's actually 130 Canadian, or maybe 150. I don't know what the exchange rate is anymore. But it's a one-time.
You know what, Ben? What I always share with everybody though too is, okay, it's a one-time $100 charge, right? What does AAA cost for 1 year worth of service in Canada? I know in the US it's $89.95 for 1 year worth of service.
It's probably like $400.
Yeah, right. So, well, let's say hey, you get a flat tire. You need someone to come out. Guess what? It's part of the plan. It's part of that $100.
Oh, it goes so much more than that. If it was my son who's driving and he's out in the middle of nowhere, if he breaks down, I know exactly where he is.
That's correct.
Exactly.
I know where to send people. Will I know where to go help him or whatever that may be? I mean, there's so many angles to this. Okay, before I go too deep, I want to bring in our Canadian representative. You mentioned it's Danny Prezzo representing Gemsen. That's the new distribution partner, rep partner for Vox. We've talked about it. Let's go and get him in. Hey, Danny, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how's it going? Great presentation now.
Absolutely. You're coming in at the right time. Obviously, they dropped the bomb today with regards to our Canadian customers. I was just in the middle of kind of clarifying exactly what that meant logistically. So there is a hardware purchase to be made. It is to be installed. Is this a tough install or just like a plug-in and it works kind of install?
It's pretty much
plugs into a port.
Yeah.
Okay. So while I have you, Danny, what is the appetite for telematics services from a Canadian perspective, in your opinion?
You know, the whole telematics industry is still on a pretty steep growth curve because, you know, the consumers are becoming more and more aware because of a little bit of influence in advertising on the OEM side. And, you know, consumers say buys a system or a vehicle that has it included. They kind of have another vehicle or their wife's car, and they really kind of have the appetite to say, well, if I can do that with that car, my car, I would like to add that to my wife's car. But even, you know, for tracking your kid when your kid is driving your car, when your kids become of age to drive, there's so many different factors. And with my previous experience working heavily in Eastern Europe, you know, that area is kind of telematics is number one and remote start is number two, meaning telematics to track your vehicle and see where it is. So, you know, we're to a certain extent, even in an infancy as far as telematics goes. I really see the future where pretty much every vehicle will have a telematics device. So, you know, the sky's the limit. And with Vox DEI offering the DSM 550 FR, a one-time fee, and you have lifetime control of your vehicle. And what boggles my mind is, like you were saying about, Al was mentioning about AAA, and in Canada it's CAA. It's $100, $110, $120 a year. So please clarify. Sorry?
I was a little bit off on my projection of the cost of CA.
You pay $100 US one time, and then you have a lifetime roadside assistance with your vehicle.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Danny, I'm not gonna lie, my brain is all over the place on this one. It's like pieces. So I'm just trying to make sense to the dealers, you who are tuning in. There's a hardware upgrade. Your customer will have unlimited control of their vehicle from a mobile app. Now, here's an even better part. We spent time during our Viper session talking about all the great T harnesses and everything you have available for their digital systems. Man, that you're just confirmed with me that service goes with the unit, right? So if I decide to change vehicles and I want to take my unit and transplant it into a new vehicle, albeit I have to reflash the unit, I have to get the new T harness for it, still works?
Stays with the consumer, yep.
That's right.
You see this face?
Ben's like, what do you guys think, right?
Find the hole, and I can't find the hole. So this is Danny, help me out here. This is mind-blowing. Like, this is, I mean, this, if there's ever a time to go top-down selling and show the customer the complete package, this is it.
Absolutely. The price, like someone was mentioning earlier about the whole, I think you were saying about monthly fees, and I get the $17 Apple charge here and there, and I have to always look what it is. I get annoyed with, monthly fees. So when it's a one-time fee, you buy the unit, the hardware is installed in your car, and you never have to pay anything ever again. It's mind-boggling for a lot of even the retailers. Are you serious? And I'll be honest, I mean, I have a lot of friends in the industry that I've worked with at different companies, and the competition calling, how can you guys do that?
it's been a rough week.
A compliment if I say in my eyes, when they're saying how you guys do that. You know what? Don't be surprised. There's lots of new technologies and new solutions coming down the pipe from Vox DEI. That's going to continue to evolve, and I think the future of telematics is very strong. And with new technologies in the marketplace, like a thing that we've mentioned before about relay theft, telematics, two-way communication, you need to know what's happening in your car so that thieves are not stealing or even just breaking your window. You want to be with a smartphone app that will advise you when someone's tampering with your car.
Now Joe, question for you. In a previous session, we talked about prestige and how the remotes in the future might be speaking to, right, the direct remotes.
Yeah.
Right now, this feature is unique to Viper DS4 Smart Start only, correct?
No, you could add it to any directed product that you can put Smart Start on, no problem
Okay.
at all.
All
Absolutely.
right. So it's okay. So it's not specific to one single. It's all.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah, even the analog
Still trying to
devices
find that
will
hole.
work with this.
I'm really struggling here, guys.
It's not a
You're
trick.
not going to find one.
I'm just trying to do my job. I'm just trying to do my job. Okay. Okay. Let's just switch gears. Amazing. Congratulations, dealers. I would strongly recommend you take a closer look at that as an option to offer your clients. Just to repeat, no monthly fees, service coast to coast across Canada, no charge. The only charge upgrade would be if you want that added roadside assistance and GPS data included. It's a one-time $100 US charge to that unit.
Correct.
Okay,
That's
let's move
correct.
forward. I know we've had you on before, Danny, but we want to make sure that people are tuning in. Let's just take a second. What is your role within Gemsen and the relationship with Gemsen and Vox in Canada?
Well, obviously, Gemsen, we are the representative for all of the Vox DEI brands. And my main job is to basically support all of the distributors with all of the different brands that each of them carry, and also support the Gemsen sales team across the board. And anybody that's interested in any of the brands, because at Gemsen, we obviously don't stock every single brand. I will, handle anybody that's interested in any of the brands, and I will forward their information to the correct distributor depending on the brand. And I initially thought with COVID and chip shortages and product deliveries and all this that I was going to jump into kind of a bowl of fire, but that wasn't the case. Vox and DEI, as I said in other discussions we've had, they've really stepped up, and inventory seems to be an issue of the past. I have no idea how you did it, Joe, but it worked, and thank you very much, because that was probably the biggest complaint and worry I had in discussions with retailers and distributors in the country. So now that they look online and they order and they get the product delivered, I mean, that's just absolutely fantastic. So any retailers out there, whatever the brand is, send an email to sales@gemsen.com. and that email will be forwarded to me, and then I will get in touch with you and we'll have a discussion, and then I'll refer you to the correct distributor or the correct sales rep to handle what you're interested in.
So on that note, just for clarity, obviously established, Gemsen covers all the Vox products, ADAS, other brands, all inclusive. But let's speak specifically to Viper now. So if a dealer in Canada is interested in becoming specifically a Viper dealer, what are the next steps?
Again, the same thing. I mean, Viper is available. We're at Gemsen. We are, for specific reasons, we are a stocking rep that we can supply Viper directly to the retailers. But obviously, any dealer can do business directly with DEI. And again, my sales team will still support them. It doesn't really make any difference. It's realistically just the retailer's choice. If they want to do business directly with head office, that is 100% an option with the Viper brand. And in the U.S., that's how it is across the board. It's direct to dealer only.
That's a great point that you brought up. I remember Al had brought that up in a previous session. So this is simply a mirroring of an established system that you have in place with U.S. dealers. So Al, I'd like to go to you just before we let Danny go. Anything we'd like to add to the Canadian discussion?
No, it's I'm really excited about the fact that we do have product up there for our Canadian customers. Over the last couple of years, it's been very tough for them, and I know I've had numerous conversations with our partners up there, and, they were hurt and upset over the fact that we didn't have product, right? But not only did we not have product up in Canada, we didn't have it in the US either. We were always hand to mouth, right? We are in a very good position right now. I'm really happy, like Danny said too, very happy that we will be able to take care of our Canadian customers now, and give them the support that they need, and let them have the ability to get our good products too.
It's too much pressure, man. Too much pressure.
Once again, I'm speaking from the sales side, Joe.
Absolutely. I was like, stop it! How am I going to deliver on all this stuff? No, absolutely.
Joe, you and your team, whatever you're doing, keep it going, because I see the inventory reports now, and it's like, oh yeah, we're good, we're looking good. It's fantastic.
Awesome. Danny, thank you so much for joining us and taking the time today to clarify everything's going on with Gemsen and Vox, and pretty exciting news, I have to say, about this new Telematic.
Thanks a lot, Al and Joe and Ben, and look forward to the next session.
Absolutely.
All right, let's finish this off, this discussion about Viper Telematics. Let's go ahead and bring back Mr. Al and Mr. Joe. So, yeah, it's a game changer, guys. I don't know how else I'm going to say it. I think dealers are going to freak out. I think consumers really are the winner in all this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
They're going to have access to, truly control their vehicle and have the data with a great backbone in the Viper system itself. And one of my vehicles, I use the DS4 system on a daily. It is super reliable. I got incredible range. I have absolutely no complaints. What's more important is I kind of put it in, and it was kind of really easy. Just a little. I had a small. I wanted to share this with you guys. I had a small hiccup on programming the remote, but it was my fault because I couldn't read instructions. Got Labardi on the phone. He's like, "Did you do this?" I'm like, "I'll be right back." I got it done, and it connected immediately. So anyhow, it's a great platform. I think this is just an incredible move in the right direction for Canada. So Joe, I want to go to you on this because you seem to have the crystal ball over at Vox when it comes to security. What is the future of telematics as far as you're concerned?
Well, I've said this every time we've been on together. So when we acquired DEI and, got through, unfortunately, we were in the middle of a pandemic when we acquired DEI. So the last 2 years for us has really been just blocking and tackling and trying to get inventory and dealing with components and shortages and making sure that our pipeline was filled. And the engineering team, we've got a group of guys up in Montreal, plus our facility here in Michigan that, God love them, man. The last 2 years, all they've been doing is trying to find replacement chips and components and things to keep the pipeline going. And you could see the desire in all these guys when we had of our meetings to, they got into this field to develop new things, not try to find a chip replacement, right? It's not very exciting. What chip am I going to get to replace this, or what diode do I have to? So, our engineering group and our product development group, the ideas that come just from, sitting here talking and we come up with an idea, or being out in the field or listening to the customers from the Facebook forums, these ideas have been stacking and been multiplying and stacking and multiplying. And, we just had an engineering meeting last week. We have another one tomorrow. And now we're, in the mode of new product development, new features, new benefits. So it's truly an exciting time. So, if for us, for this particular group of security and remote start, with my groups, digital remote start and telematics bubble their way up to the top of the priority of new development. So I try as much as I can to give out as much information as I possibly can. I like under promising and over delivering. I kind of my life's a little bit more peaceful if I do that, and I don't like lying to people. So if I were to sit here and tell you something today that's going to happen a year from now, there could be a delay or something that happens. I don't like doing that. All I'll tell you on the digital remote start platform, and certainly on the telematics platform, watch out for the next year. There's a lot of stuff happening.
We will we'll do our best to stay in touch. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Al, as the VP of Sales, I'm going to give you the last word. What message do you have for dealers who have hung out with us this long throughout these remote start and telematics sessions?
Hopefully they see that, what we went through, like Joe said, over those past couple of years, hopefully they see that is behind us now, and that we are here to deliver. Okay. We're going to let them see that, we're definitely a good company to be partnered with. We're here to support them, and, we will deliver. That's our job, is to deliver, and we will deliver this year. So just give us that opportunity.
I don't think there's anything else to be said. I'll leave it at that. Mr. Fontane, Mr. Dentomaro, thank you so much again for joining us, updating us. Great move on the game-changing move in Canada. And again, wish you a great remote start and telematic season.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Amen. All right, that was Team Viper from Vox talking about some pretty cool updates for telematics. I don't need to stress it anymore. I think my reaction speaks for itself. So make sure you get a hold of, if you're in Canada, the folks at GemSend. I'm going to bring up the information. Viper is where you're going to find the info for anything Viper, and gemsend.com is the distributor in Canada, and that's their website right there. All right. Obviously, if you're tuned in here, you're interested in remote start and telematics. So keep it locked on CMA Networks right through till September 15th for the remote starter and telematics sessions featuring the premier brands in the category. Now, we also have a huge contest going on that I'm going to remind you every single day to sign up for because it's free. Head over to cmanetworks.com/giveaway and sign up to win the Ultimate Fab Experience, which is basically we're sending two winners, one from the US and one from Canada, down to Mesa, Arizona for the MasterTech Expo 2023 edition in collaboration with 5-Axis Innovations and SiriusXM. And while you're on the website, make sure you check out all the great videos that we have with not only Viper, but with Vox Electronics. Check it out, their entire playlist, or check out our trainers, both in Joe Dentomaro and in Al Fontane. They've got their own profiles on there as well. That's it for this CMA Connected, presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
I mean, yeah, that's how
Stop
today. Today I'm gonna go
Yo,
topics.
roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on SiriusXM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?